in the groove, getting back in the groove. Yo. What is up, guys? Faces Gamer here. In today's video, we're going back to Call of Duty for this one. As Black Ops 6 has recently come out, and I've had some time to get my hands on it and experience it. Mostly zombies. Haven't really touched much of the campaign and multiplayer. We'll talk about that. So for this list, we're going to stick mainly to the bread and butter of Call of Duty, which is campaign, multiplayer, and then the side mode. Warzone is its own thing, and I'm not going to talk about that this time because you guys already know how I feel about Warzone, and I don't feel like repeating myself. And in the case of like other Call of Duties that I might have played, like Call of Duty Mobile, we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that one this time. So we're sticking with the bread and butter Call of Duty, the main attraction of Call of Duty, the 3 modes if the game has them. So of course we're talking everything really from Call of Duty 4 to Black Ops 6. As for the first 2 Call of Duty games, we're just gonna put them all at B tier as you know, foundational pieces. You know, these games are what we're gonna rank everything else around. And these games really aren't gonna move from B tier. They're gonna kind of stay here, unfortunately. Like they're gonna stay here. I don't think they're C tier. I don't think these games are C tier. Well, maybe Call of Duty 1 because it's the most bare bones Call of Duty. You know what? Yeah, C tier is fine. You know what? No, we'll bring all of the first 3 Call of Duties down to C tier. Why not? So, that being said, with that done, let's get straight into it. Starting off, we have Call of Duty 4. You know how everybody, if you've been on my channel for any number amount of years, you know how I feel about this game. I don't need to repeat myself when it comes to Call of Duty 4, but for the new people out there who recently subscribed, I will briefly go over it. Call of Duty 4 is seen as the grandfather of Call of Duty. It laid the foundation for every Call of Duty game that came after it, and it set the precedent for just about everything, from whether it's kill streaks, perks, and custom classes. The campaign is phenomenal. I think even non-Call of Duty fans know how good this campaign is. And while it doesn't have like an extra mode like say zombies or Spec Ops, this game is still fun to play, whether or not you're playing the 2016 remaster or the 2007 original. Either way, Call of Duty 4 is still a great time. Normally in my tier list, Call of Duty 4 normally ranges around. It normally averages around here of these 2 places, either A tier or B tier. But this list, this time, we're gonna keep it in A tier. It's still a great Call of Duty game. I'm not gonna be like some people might think, oh, you're just blinded by nostalgia. No, it's just an objective fact that Call of Duty 4 is a great Call of Duty. It just is. I could talk about the fact that it's the first game that had it's the first Call of Duty games to have gold weapons. I could talk about that. I could, but I'm not going to. Alright, Call of Duty 4, not Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty World at War. Might as well call this World War II Call of Duty. Might as well call this World War II Call of Duty 4. World at War, I put it in the same spot as Call of Duty 4. World at War is basically the exact same game as Call of Duty 4 in terms of multiplayer. In terms of campaign, though, not really. It's another World War II story, and I think it's the best of the World War II stories. I think it's better than World War II and Vanguard put together. In terms of multiplayer, as I said, it's just like Call of Duty 4. So there's really nothing much to talk about. If you enjoy Call of Duty 4, you'll most likely enjoy this game. Most likely. And how could anyone else forget? How can anyone forget? Call of Duty World at War kicked off zombies. We have 4 of the most classic maps of all time. We have Nocturne, Verrückt, Shinonuma, and Durice. There's nothing else to say about Call of Duty 4. There's nothing else to say about Call of Duty 4 World War II Edition. There's nothing else to say about World at War that I haven't said before. It goes in A tier, and that's even with me not having played multiplayer very much at all. I still think it's A tier. Alright, up next we have Modern Warfare 2. Now, for me, Modern Warfare 2 is very tricky. On one hand, it's a great Call of Duty. Has a great campaign, a worthy follow-up campaign to Call of Duty 4's, a worthy improvement to the Call of Duty multiplayer formula with tons of perks, tons of weapons. We even have pro perks and custom kill. And for the first time ever, you get to pick which kill streaks you want to take in the battle. You can take a UAV, counter UAV, care package, attack chopper, chopper gunner, lightning strike if you want to, or if you really want to rub it in your opponent's face that you're good, you can go for the 25 kill tactical nuke and end the game, killing both your team and the enemy team at the same time. So your team could be getting blown out. You drop a nuke, that blowout don't matter because you won. Like, literally, you drop a nuke, you getting blown out, that's your dub. And then you just get to laugh at the losers that were trying hard on the other team while you were taking your slow time camping for the nuke. Modern Warfare 2 is unbalanced as all hell. No one's going to deny that. No one's going to deny it. It's been said to here and back for many years. Everybody knows this. Even non-Call of Duty fans who don't play Call of Duty know this. And for me, Modern Warfare 2 ranges between S tier and A tier. Some days, I put it S tier. Some days, I put it A tier. For today, it's A tier. It's A tier because I think there are only 2 Call of Duty games that outperform Modern Warfare 2. Only 2. And one of those games, of course, is the next game we're going to talk about. 2010's Call of Duty Black Ops. I'm going to say this right now. I genuinely believe that Black Ops 1 has the best campaign of the entire franchise. Not even Call of Duty 4 comes close to it in my opinion. And I love Call of Duty 4's campaign. Good lord, we have so many memorable characters like Reznov and Dragovich and Steiner, Pacheco, Mason, Woods, Bowman, Hudson, Weaver. I could go on. The multiplayer is fun. While not as bombastic as Modern Warfare 2's campaign, it was still multiplayer, excuse me. It was still fun. And zombies got a major upgrade in this. We got fan favorites like Kino, 5, Ascension, Shangri-La, Moon, and how can I forget Call of the Dead? We also got Dead Ops. Gold Camo became available for the first time ever with COD points. No, not modern COD points, original COD points. COD points you actually earn in game, but we're not gonna talk about that. Black Ops 1 for me, even though I didn't play this game a lot during its heyday, I still think it's an S tier Call of Duty, based on campaign and zombies alone. The amount of hours I've spent playing Kino and 5 back before I played Ascension and Moon and whatnot, I can count I'd probably need my baby brother, my nephew, and maybe my older brother to count how many times I played Black Ops 1 before DLC. Maybe even my niece, who knows. But that's a lot of times. And I think Black Ops 1 is S tier. Alright, next up we have Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 to me is an improvement to Modern Warfare 2. A lot of people will disagree with that statement though. A lot of people will say Modern Warfare 2 was perfect. It could do no wrong. Well, that's where you're wrong. Modern Warfare 2, as I said, is unbalanced as heck. It's unbalanced. Everybody knows this. And Modern Warfare 3 was an improvement to Modern Warfare 2. The campaign, I haven't finished the campaign, but from what I heard, it's a pretty decent campaign. Multiplayer was fun, from what I played. And then Spec Ops was a heck of a lot of fun. I didn't talk about Spec Ops Modern Warfare 2 because I just forgot to mention it, but Modern Warfare 2 did also have Spec Ops. But I think Modern Warfare 3 Spec Ops just slightly edges out Modern Warfare 2 just because of Spec Ops Survival. Count the amount of hours I spent playing Spec Ops Survival on Dome. Just really do it. So I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Modern Warfare 3, it also gets put in the A tier. And I haven't played the campaign fully yet, so I can't put it above Modern Warfare 2 yet, so I'm just gonna put it right here in A tier. I'm gonna put it here in A tier until I finish the campaign. I don't know when I'm gonna get back to it. I have so many other games to play. It's just too much. But maybe one day when I update this fest, I'll talk more about the campaign. Okay, so the next one's gonna be pretty short. We have Call of Duty Black Ops 2. This one goes pretty much into S tier, and for me, I put it above Black Ops 1. There's no surprise. If you're a fan of mine, you can go ahead and skip it to the next Call of Duty. But for those of you who want to know why I put Black Ops 2 in S tier, here we go. Has a really good campaign. even it has just as good zombies. Of course, we had like Transit, we had Nuketown zombies, Die Rise, Mob of the Dead, Buried, and then Origins, of course. While Transit isn't, as loved as like other maps are, it's still a pretty decent map. And the same thing with Die Rise. I don't hate Die Rise as much as I used to back in the day. I do actually enjoy that map. Unironically, of course. And then the multiplayer, well, here's the thing. If you weren't there from 2012 to 2013, you missed out. I'm gonna be honest. You missed out on some of the best multiplayer in the entirety of the series. I'm not gonna lie. The kill streaks were fun. The weapons were fun. Everything about that game multiplayer was fun. Just was. Again, depending on connection. If you had a host that had a great connection, you could go for hours. If your host didn't have the best connection, prepare for some wonky hit detection. I'm gonna be honest with you. But Black Ops 2, I've said this enough. Black Ops 2 is still hands down, and every Call of Duty fan that's played Call of Duty within at least 10 years will agree with this. Black Ops 2 is the best one. No contest here. Let's quietly move on. Okay, so for everybody that skipped ahead, for everybody that didn't skip ahead, hello, how you doing? For those of you who did skip ahead, hello. Let's move on to the next one. Of course, I'm gonna put a timestamp. Of course, when I tell everybody to skip, I'm gonna put a timestamp to where you need to go to skip. Okay. So next up, we have Call of Duty Ghosts. This game is a bit divisive. You have one camp, people who love and defend Call of Duty Ghosts, and the others who absolutely despised this game on release and went back to the previous game. That game being Black Ops 2. Me being one of the people that really didn't care much for the multiplayer, thought the campaign was pretty good, and Extinction Mode, after going back to it, was pretty fun. But again, I'm gonna say this right now, I think Call of Duty Ghosts isn't D tier level bad. Not even close. But I don't think it's A tier, and I don't think it's B tier. It could be B tier. It would be B tier if the multiplayer is better. So I'm gonna put it at the top of C tier. I'm not gonna put it in D, but I don't think it's while I don't think D tier level bad, it just does the multiplayer holds it back so much. The campaign, while not the greatest campaign, was still fun. And Extinction, while not as good as say Zombies, was still pretty fun to play. There, I'm probably just pissed off. Once again, pissed off a lot of Call of Duty Ghost fans out there. Alright, up next we have Advanced Warfare. I recently replayed Advanced Warfare. Mostly I played a little bit of the multiplayer and a little bit of like Exo Survival, and I did finally play Exo Zombies map. I need some more time on that one. For me, I always hovered the Advanced Warfare around B tier and C tier, around B tier or C tier. Advanced Warfare for me, it gets put into B tier. It's like the most painfully average it's a painfully average Call of Duty game. Campaign is solid, multiplayer is solid as well, and Exo Survival is solid as well. Exo Zombies I haven't really like experimented with, so I have to play around with that a little bit more, okay? I'm still learning, of course. But Advanced Warfare gets put into B tier. This Call of Duty game kickstarted the whole supply drop system for Call of Duty going forward for the next few years. And here we are. Next up, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 3, the main culprit of people's supply drop woes. It's no secret. Black Ops 3 has literally, without a doubt, is the worst supply drop system in the history of the franchise. Even though I love this game to death, I love the multiplayer, I love the zombies, and I think the campaign was just a unapologetic mess. It tried way too hard to be mysterious and whatnot. Tried way too hard. Multiplayer was played by DLC weapons. If you didn't have a DLC weapon in Black Ops 3, most likely you were going to have one. Now, that's not to say that you couldn't outgun people with the base game weapon. You definitely could if you put in the time. But if you had, say, like the XMC or the FFAR or maybe even the Basilisk, maybe, or maybe even the HLX or something like that. If you had one of those weapons, or maybe even like the Ajax, which is a self-printed LMG, which basically what do I mean by self-printed? Basically means it has infinite ammo and it slowly reprints ammo over the course of your life. Simply put, if you didn't have a DLC weapon in Black Ops 3, if you weren't good at this game and mastered the movement mechanics, which were so Black Ops 3 has some really fun movement. If you didn't have a DLC weapon, as I said, you were gonna get gunned down. For me, I normally put Black Ops 3 in the A tier. The reason why I do this is because multiplayer is fun and zombies, this is the best iteration of zombies we've had. And I haven't even played Horizon Drop, Zetsubo, Gorod, or even Revelations. I haven't even played none of those maps yet. Haven't even played it. But from playing a ton of Shadows and the Chronicles maps, I can already tell you Black Ops 3 easily the best of the zombies we've had. No contest here. Alright, up next we have Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I'm going to immediately put Call of Duty Infinite Warfare I'll put it into B. I'm going to put it into B tier. I'm going to explain why. The campaign, this game has one of the most underrated campaigns of all time. And while the multiplayer isn't anything to write home about, it's not as good. The multiplayer is fun, but not as good as Black Ops 3's multiplayer in terms of movement. The movement in this game is buttery smooth. But the gunplay just doesn't hit that. It doesn't hit with this movie. It just doesn't hit. As for zombies is fun. Zombies is Spaceland, that is. I haven't played any other maps, so I don't know. Excuse me. Maybe one day I'll give them a try. But I put Infinite Warfare into B tier just because the campaign really lifts this game up so much. People really need to go back and give Infinite Warfare's campaign a try. They really need to. It's like this is easily the most underrated Call of Duty campaign of all time, and I highly recommend you play it. Alright, Call of Duty World at War is up next. World at War, I normally put it in B tier, and that's where I think it stays. It stays in B tier for me because the campaign is solid. Multiplayer is fun as heck. If you can stand up to it. And zombies, I mean, the Final Reich is fun. Not so much the Darkest Shore. Not so much the Darkest Shore, I'm not gonna lie, but Final Reich is fun. Grossenhaus is fun. And yeah, there's really nothing much else I can say about World War II. The supply drop system was much better though. You got tons of stuff all the time. And if you hop on now, everything's open. All the DLC events are open, so you can get every DLC weapon in the game now. And you get supply drops, so you can get so many supply drops for free by doing daily contracts. That's about it. Yeah, World War II gets put in the B tier. Question asked. Alright, next up we have Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Now, as you know, I have a lot of gameplay. I have a lot of videos about this game on the channel, as you may know. To all my OG subscribers out there. For me, Black Ops 4 is basically two games. It's the multiplayer, and it's the zombies. We don't talk about Black Ops. I don't really care for Call of Duty Battle Royales, which is why I didn't really care that much for Black Ops, and that's why I don't really care that much for Warzone. For me, Black Ops 4, I'm going to put it at the tippy top. I'm going to put it at the tippy top of B tier. I'm going to put it at the tippy top of B tier. Here's why. This multiplayer is so much fun. The specialists feel fun to use. One of the specialists I hated the most was Nomad, but after running around with him and his dog and his tripwires, I loved him. I hated going up against Prophet, but I learned to use Prophet and I loved him. I hated going up against freaking Zero and her hacks. I learned to use her. I hated going up against a lot of specialists in this game, but after using them myself, especially Torque, I hated Torque. But after using Torque a couple times, I fell in love with him. I fell in love with almost every single specialist in this game. My favorite being Crash, because he gives out free ammo and extra health. That's about it. Zombies was fun. Zombies was fun, but you know, on certain maps like 9 and Classified, that's really about it. I got round 30 on almost every single map in the game. And I almost completed the Voyage of Despair Easter egg a couple of times, but ran out of ammo because I don't have a lot of elixirs. So there's that too. Okay, we're gonna quietly move on. Black Ops 4 gets put in the B tier. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 19, the start the game that changed everything for the worst in my opinion. Campaign. Excuse me, I'm still recovering from my cold. Campaign wise, it's fun. It's cool though. I watched Tim the Tatman play the campaign. I haven't really played it myself. Reason why I haven't played this campaign because I cannot bring myself to buy this game. I'm going to be honest. I do not like Modern Warfare 19. It gets put in the D tier. Not even having a decent call. Not even having a decent Not even having a decent campaign. That's about multiplayer. Not even having a decent campaign can save this game. The multiplayer was really bad. And Spec Ops was not worth it. And this game is what kickstarted Warzone and Call of Duty's decline. Call of Duty has been declining since Modern Warfare 19, and no one can sit here and argue it. People will try and defend it. I'm telling you, it all started Modern Warfare 19, and the franchise has been going down here ever since. Yep, I've spoken my piece. Let's just quietly move on to the next game, shall we? Alright, next up we have Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, the second game in the modern era of Call of Duty. Again, we don't count Warzone. We don't count Warzone because it's a part of Modern Warfare 19. We don't count it. We're not talking about it. So, for me, Call of Duty Cold War is basically two things. Great campaign, great zombies, a kind of multiplayer. This is another Call of Duty game where I didn't really care about the multiplayer, but the campaign and zombies more than made up for it. For me, Cold War gets put into B tier, but I'm gonna put it at I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna put it right behind. No, I'm gonna put it at the top of B tier. It's at the top of B, bordering A, but it hasn't really crossed A yet. The multiplayer, in my opinion, is what keeps it from getting to A tier. The multiplayer was just uninspired, not that fun to play, and not that interesting either. Just not that interesting to play. I was not interested. Zombies, on the other hand, was hecka fun, and the campaign was hecka fun too. It was hecka fun, and I can't speak, but you get the idea. Cold War gets put in the B tier. It could be A tier. The multiplayer was better. Alright, Call of Duty Vanguard. I haven't played campaign. I know I'm not missing out on much. And Zombies isn't as good outside of Forspoken, which is a shooter numeric. But Vanguard will definitely get put into D tier, but I'm going to put it at the top of D tier above Modern Warfare 19. The reason why I say this, Vanguard's multiplayer is strangely better than Modern Warfare 19's multiplayer. I mean, sure, it's still not good though, but the multiplayer wise, it feels better than Modern Warfare 19. I don't like when I played Vanguard's multiplayer, I didn't feel like I was like moving through mud. I feel like I could actually move. You feel me? I feel like I had actual movement. You feel me? Yeah, Vanguard's not a good Call of Duty, but it's better than Modern Warfare 19. I will die on this hill. I promise I will die on that hill. Alright, next up we have Modern Warfare 2. Aside from a pretty decent campaign, this one gets put at the bottom of D tier. They didn't even try Modern Warfare 2. They really didn't try. I only played Modern Warfare 2 because of one thing, and one thing only. Shipment. The multiplayer, they stripped the movement. They removed slide counseling, thank God. But as punishment for that, when you go into a slide, you are committed to that slide. You are sliding until you come to a complete stop. Trying to get slide kills on shipment is a death sentence. I'm just telling you that right now. It was a death sentence. And skill-based matchmaking, of course, was cranked up out the wazoo in this game. And of course, they really strict skill-based matchmaking started with Modern Warfare 19. As I said, Modern Warfare 19 was the start of the downfall of Call of Duty. Everything. From overpriced bundles, thick skill-based matchmaking, you name it. Everything goes back to Modern Warfare 19. Modern Warfare 2 did nothing. Modern Warfare 2 did nothing to improve the previous game. Nothing. Not a thing. Up next, we have Modern Warfare 3. I'm going to put Modern Warfare 3 at the tippy top of C tier. This is, without a doubt, the most painfully average Call of Duty game I've ever played. This is the most boringly average Call of Duty game. This Call of Duty game, it didn't do a lot right, but it didn't do a lot wrong. It kind of just did a mixture of both. It's like the campaign. The campaign's pretty bad. We're not going to talk about that. But multiplayer, didn't really care, did not give like one single care to that, but it was fine from what I heard. And zombies was okay too. Little tedious and monotonous. Really repetitive. You know, dropping in, doing the Outlast contract to do camos. Exfilling, doing the same thing with 2 more weapons and just doing that over and over and over and over and over and over again. It got monotonous really quickly. By the time I finished Borealis camo, I was brain dead. And then I went ahead and did Borealis for 2 more assault rifles before calling it quits. I didn't even go for bioluminescence. I said I was going to do it, but I still haven't done that yet. But yeah, Modern Warfare 3 is just the most painfully average Call of Duty game. It's better than Modern Warfare 19 and Modern Warfare 2. It's the best of the Modern Warfare series. It's the best of the modern Modern Warfare series. We're going to be honest. It's the best one. But that's not saying much. It's like saying it's the prettiest turd on top of a turd sandwich. It's the prettiest turd on a mountain of turds. Put it that way. Okay, move on. Alright, finally, we have Black Ops 6, the most current Call of Duty. These are my current opinions about Call of Duty so far, about Black Ops 6 so far. Zombies is cool. Multiplayer is uninteresting. I'm going to be honest. I don't really care. I'm not going to play multiplayer this year. And my older brother, who has been loving Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 3, actually, said him and his girlfriend are not playing Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer because they don't care about it either. They don't even care about the new Warzone besides Resurgence, which is crazy. And campaign, I haven't played the campaign much. Only did maybe 2 missions? But from the 2 missions I played, the campaign's going to be pretty solid, I believe. Right now, for me currently, Black Ops 6, it hovers around C tier right now. It hovers around C tier right here. It hovers around the top of C tier right now. Once I play more of the campaign, it might go up to a B, and I'll be damned if I play that multiplayer. I say again, I am uninterested in that multiplayer. It's not that interesting. I don't care if they change everything come 6 months from now. I'm still not gonna play this multiplayer because that's how uninterested I am. And that'll do it. My voice hurts, my throat hurts. I'm gonna go edit this and probably record something else, but here's my updated thoughts on all the Call of Duty games so far that I've played. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to drop a like. And don't forget to subscribe because, we having fun out here. So, I'll see you guys in the Christmas video that I'm cooking up as of right now. At the time of recording this, it is currently 10:01 on December 12th. I'm going to go record the Christmas video, and then I'm probably going to call it a night. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.